I signed with the Guardians in 2015, they gave me something. It had a reminder on it. That reminder was very important. I think kids nowadays, and just young pitchers as a whole, need this reminder. Though it may be simple, it can be groundbreaking. Let's talk about it. What's good, everybody? It's me, Perci Garner, and we're back with another pitching tips video. Thank you for being here. Remember, Discord community, talking baseball, talking pitching, link in the description. And please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So, today, as you can see by the title and thumbnail, we're talking about throw more, pitch less. And you saw in the intro, I talked about what the Indians gave me. That's what they gave me a wristband that literally said throw more, pitch less. I didn't understand it at the beginning. I was like, why are they giving me this? But I mean, it checked out. And once I started doing that, my career took off. So the person who gave me that wristband, his name is Ken Knutson. He was on the podcast last year, I think. Great coach. He's out in Arizona, helps out with the Indians. Just a good human being as well. So I appreciate him for giving that to me and changing my career, amongst other things. And but that message meant a lot to me at the time. I was, coming off of a 5-year career with the Phillies, and I wasn't throwing many strikes. I was struggling with command. I wasn't consistent. I'd have a good game, I'd have a bad game, and I was worrying about pitching. And I think that kids run into the same problem. I'm noticing through my lessons, through some kids on my son's Little League team, that a lot of kids, they'll be throwing fine when they throw to first, when they play catch, but all of a sudden, when it gets into pitching mode, they stop being an athlete and they get into this robotic, and they try to guide the ball, or they try to aim it, or like they're throwing darts. And, it bugs me because I know what my career was like. And, I'm not saying everybody's built to throw as hard as they can and be accurate. I'm saying, in my belief, you can throw hard and be accurate at the same time. You just got to train your body to do that. And obviously, when you're a beginning pitcher, it's tough. You don't want to let loose. You do not want to be, you just don't want to see an errant pitch or a wild pitch. So you kind of, put a governor on your velocity, just like a golf cart has a governor on the engine so it doesn't go so fast. But I'm here to try to get kids to understand that your body is, how do I explain this? I know you're young, but your body is very good at being efficient if you let it, and if you teach it. So I kind of want to talk about that today. This is going to be a short stream. I just want to get my point across, and I don't want to waste anyone's time. But I do want to share some of my experiences with this, because when you're put into pro ball, you kind of, let's say, you shouldn't be worried about velocity. But I think there's a small crowd that it can help out. The Indians, they had pocket radars behind me every time I was playing catch. I didn't touch a mound for the first month when I signed with them. I was just long tossing and building arm strength and just throwing hard. And they kept saying, be an athlete, be an athlete. And I'll get to your comment in a second, Pro Gamer. But they just wanted me to be an athlete. And once I, did that, I kind of realized my body will get out of its own way if I let it. And, I just feel like the tendency of aiming and guiding the ball will hurt, young pitchers in the long run. It will prevent arm strength. It can cause injury, believe it or not. There were some people in the Indians organization who, wouldn't throw hard all the time, and it kind of messed their career up. But we're not going to get into that. That may be another video. But I think being a good thrower is more important in the early stages. Learning to pitch is great, but if you're not an efficient thrower, where you're preventing injury, where you're building arm strength, and where you're just having an efficient arm path, then knowing how to pitch isn't going to get you anywhere. So I kind of want to preface this video with saying, hey, we want to be a good thrower first, and then we want to learn to pitch after. Anxious to see, reactions from this video, but, we'll see what happens. Pro Gamer says, just pitch like we're playing light catch. The catcher who's never been on the mound in the game once. Exactly. I always notice catchers are very accurate, and they're never, worrying about where their stuff is. They're just throwing the ball. So I would encourage, young pitchers to do that. Don't change, don't just shut down all the athletic, muscles and all that stuff and start being robotic and feel like you got to do something a certain way. Yes, we're going to work on things, but, throwing and pitching, it's an athletic movement, and we got to treat it as such. So the one thing I kind of want to, there's another point I want to touch on before, we begin to wrap up this throw more, pitch less video, is when I play college football, if you weren't aware, and I don't know if if you're old enough to watch movies like The Program or just play football. You'll experience guys who are really good because they just play fast. They're not timid. They don't hesitate. They're not thinking on the field. They prepared for the game, and they prepared in practice to where they can just read and react and not kind of analyze a situation. They see what's going on and they attack. I kind of want to equate that to baseball and pitching. So obviously baseball, there's a lot of things that can happen on one necessary play. The ball can be hit anywhere in the ballpark. But as a pitcher, there's only a few things you got to worry about. And I would say if you can figure out a way to not overanalyze every situation you're put in and just focus on, okay, this is the pitch I'm throwing. I'm going to deliver this pitch with aggression, with intent, and a reckless abandon. Things will happen. Good things will happen. So that's what I kind of want to challenge the young pitchers with. Either if you're little league or, if you're 13, 14, if you're in high school, go out there and just challenge hitters. Don't worry about, I got to pitch here on the corners. This is a good hitter. No, we're not. We want to build arm strength, and we want to have a mentality as a pitcher, that, hey, hitting's hard. Let's attack. And I know I've said that in other videos as well, but I think it's important that we don't lock up and we don't become a robot, and that we allow our athleticism to be a part of our pitching delivery. So my thing is I want kids pitching fast. And what I mean by that, not because there's pitching clocks right now, but I just don't want them overanalyzing anything. I want them getting the ball back after their pitch from the catcher and already knowing, okay, I'm attacking this guy now with this pitch, okay? And then you'll be able to learn how to pitch from there. But when you're thinking about, oh, my arm was here, oh, my leg needs to be here, that didn't feel right. When you're analyzing every little thing, which I was guilty of this for a very long time, that's how I know this can be effective, if you're able to just play fast and not overanalyze situations. So if you do have any questions about any of the old videos or this video, or if you've got something that you may not agree with or that you can go against, you can join the Discord. We can talk about it. You can leave a comment down below. Also, there's, my new website is up, percigarner.com. You can check that out as well. But yeah, I love talking baseball, love talking pitching. If you got any questions, join the Discord. It's a great app, and we can communicate, have fun, talk about anything in there. And yeah, appreciate it. We also have a new podcast that will be going live with Andre Knott. It premieres Monday night at 9 p.m. on YouTube. I think you guys are going to love the show. Andre is a great guest. If you don't know who Andre Knott is, he is a commentator, broadcaster with the Cleveland Guardians, and just a great dude. Loves to have fun, loves to smile, just like me. So it was a great episode. It was fun to record with him, and I think you guys will love it. So, and again, if you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. And, you know, we're going to keep the videos coming. I'm going to be scheduling out some podcasts, trying to get some big guests. And shout out to the Cleveland Guardians because, you know, season's just underway. They took a loss last night, but 161 more games. So I'm looking forward to see how they play. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.